What she does is try to get him to run. He don't do that. Just her.
Whoa, honey.
So here we are after we've got all the holes in, and what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be putting holes in here, and then as you can see right here, I'm inserting a little bit of PEX A that I had left over from another project. So this is going to, my hopes is, help keep this from ripping so easily. So I'm just gonna make a little hole here. I've already cut it to the depth that it should be. Pop it in there. And when I get my cage around this, I'm just going to be zip tying this. So hopefully that will kind of keep that from, like I said, ripping so easily. So let's go ahead and do the couple more. Just like that, and then we'll get the other side. So here's going to be the bottom cage, and the reason why I'm caging this is I have some grass carp that will eat the roots if I don't protect them. So of course some of this is going to fall through, that's okay, but the majority of the roots should stay inside of this caged area. So that's the goal with this. So what I've done is I've already cut this and I've already bent it, but I've got about 5 squares right here. I made a bend, 14 squares. That's going to give us our depth, so that's where the roots are going to be in. And then just depending on the way that you cut that, I think mine across here is somewhere around 35 and 3/4 inches, but it'd be better if you take that measurement on your own whenever you cut this. And then once again, the depth 14 and then 5. So when we put this on, going to be putting this to the end here, and I'm just going to be zip tying through here in each one of these holes. So get to that. This. So I'm just going to start on the end, that way I'm kind of even up with my edge. Like I said, in hopes this is going to kind of protect that from ripping through that styrofoam. Now we'll get the other side. The way I set this up was I knew I was going to have a little gap in between, so I decided to put this whole piece on the end, this whole piece on that end. So I'm going to have a little spot in the middle. I just kind of measured that out. I'm going to cut it, and the only thing I'm going to do is put it up here, bend it, and then I'm just going to zip tie it to the others, and that's pretty much it. So I just took you can probably do it actually with one of your other zip ties. Just bend it. Just going to put it through a hole here. Grab it. Pull it through. Tie it up. I'm just going to do a couple on this side, and then I'll do the same thing to the other side. At this point, we have the whole thing done except for the end pieces. And after looking at it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bend this one over just like I did this, and I'm going to add a couple more of these PEX A pieces in here just like I did here. Then I'm zip tie the side, zip tie here. I'm just going to do that to both sides. And here I got the end pieces made, and what I did is I counted 6 squares here and then 14 up. That just matches the rest of my cage. The reason the 6 squares is I just want to be able to get in here. That way it kind of overlaps still. And like I said, I'm going to be adding a couple of those PEX A pieces right in there to kind of hold this on, and then just zip tie the rest of it. You gonna help me? And there we go. There is our built cage. So the next thing is putting in the lettuce and putting it out on the water. All right, we're back with our plugs, seedlings, starters, whatever you want to call them. I usually grow my own from seed, but we kind of got late in the season, and I didn't really think I might have enough time, so I decided to just order these. This is where we got them from. I'm not saying get them from this place. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. This is just where I ordered them from. So they came, they look good, and this is what we're going to be planting. At the same time, I am doing my own starters because I didn't get enough for all of the holes that I have in the float. So now we're going to plant them. So as you can see, I just threw in one already, and I have these rock wool squares. So we'll just go over kind of what I'm doing. Pop one of these out. These are usually used just for planting, you know, put a seed in there and plant it and everything, but I'm going to use it just kind of fill in the space because I really don't want to put in dirt here and then put it in water and the dirt possibly go everywhere. For me, it's kind of a waste of time. So I'm just going to kind of fill in the bottom a little bit, just like this. And that'll kind of help wick the water up as well. But obviously you're not going to have to put too much in there. And then I'm just going to put it right around the plant. Just kind of fill in those gaps. I thought about using hydroton because I do have a lot of that from another project that I had done. But I decided not to because I started thinking, well, it's going to be outside, it's going to get windy, and the hydroton might start coming out of the little pots here, and I didn't want that. And this is what I landed on. And I think this is going to work out all right. Well, we began to run out of the rock wool, so we're like, hey, we're going to have to use the hydraulic, so how can we use it where it doesn't blow away? We're going to fill up the bottom just a little bit, so throw a bit of that hydraulic in there, then we can take one of these seedlings, and that fills the bottom. So now we just have to fill the sides, so that kind of saves on the rock wool. I didn't really want to run to the store and try to get some. I wanted to make sure we get this launched today. So here we are, just adding that hydraulic to the bottom and then filling in the sides, just like this with the rock wool. And that's gonna double how much that lasts for us, and we'll be able to get this launched today. I'm going to be anchoring this float to the banks. So the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to take some zip ties, put one here, put one there, and then use rope and tie that on one side, so that'll give me one rope to a bank, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and that'll give me the other rope to a bank. And this will also kind of hide the ropes, because I'm going to do it in the cage itself, so it'll be a little bit underwater. So, all right, let's do that. Oh, and this is my little nifty tool here. Throw it in, tie it through, and there you go. Zip that, and now I can get a rope through there, and I'll do one over here. And I just wanted to show you about how deep this is going to be sitting. I imagine this float will be at least here to halfway. You put the cup in, so that's your depth. Let's get these out on the water. It's like a wing for the gator. Plan is we're going to put it over here, because this is actually where it's we get some shade sooner in the day. So we figure lettuce, it kind of doesn't like total heat all the time, so put it here, it gets a little bit shade a little bit sooner. At least that's the idea. I was just cutting my rope in half, and this is kind of like a plastic just to keep it from not fraying. I just kind of melt the ends. Little tip. I'm really just going to put a slip knot in this. I'm sure a lot of you out there would tell me a better knot than this, and you're absolutely probably right, but this is like the one knot that I know how to do, and it'll work in this situation. So I'm going to do it this way and put the other rope on the other side. And for those of you who want to know how I'm doing this knot, I'm just going across and under, and I'm just putting it through itself, just like that. So one more time, here it is, just putting it through itself. And then I'll slip right through there. Yep, just set the edge in there. Yep. That's it. And then I'll pull it around. But otherwise, there she is. Let's take a look at her. Our first pond floating raft of lettuce. I'm actually really excited about this. If you've watched any of my other videos, you already know that I've done an aquaponic system and a hydroponic system, but all of that was inside of a greenhouse. This is my first go at an outdoor floating system with fish already involved. So I'm pretty excited to see how this works out. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.